The following program is sponsored by PokerStars.net. So far on the big game, while a man named Viffer has been running extremely hot,
nobody can beat the Viffer.
I am a very lucky man.
Others have not been as fortunate.
I tell you how to win a pot around here.
The loose cannon is closing in on dangerous territory.
Can't win if you don't play in the end.
As his stack is starting to sink.
Yeah, that's not even good enough.
See if Troy can catch himself a big fish.
Should outplay these fish.
Against these big guns on the big game.
Now the game's on.
This is the PokerStars.net Big Game.
Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada, home of the big game. Alongside Joe Stapleton, I'm Chris Rose, and tonight some of the best in the world continue to tangle in our state-of-the-art poker room. Right now there's nearly $1 million in cold hard cash on the table.
David Pete, better known as Viffer, the high-stakes cash game player from Vegas, continues to run well. He's up $134,000.
Also headed in the right direction is three-time bracelet winner Barry Greenstein, who's up almost $45K.
The magician Antonio Esfandiari might be down 25-5, but he's playing well.
One of the good guys in the game, Chow Jiang, has been struggling. He is down almost $60,000.
Wealthy businessman Rick Rahim never saw a hand he didn't like. Winning small pots and losing big ones, he's stuck $61K.
And the loose cannon is Troy Howard from Niagara Falls, New York. The 29-year-old music engineer and father of five is currently down $35,000. Right now, he's with Amanda Leatherman.
All right, Troy, it looks like you have a lot of work to do to get back to positive.
A little bit, yeah.
Losing hope at all?
No, I just haven't caught any cards. You know, I've been trying to play my position. I've been raising when I can, but, you know, you also got to hit a flop, you know. So we'll see what happens. I just got to catch a card or I got to push it and get lucky. We'll see what happens.
Well, what you need to do is give your kids one good luck shout-out before you get back to the table.
I love you girls. Keep hope alive. You're watching Daddy. I'm be home soon.
All right, Troy, get out there and get them.
And here are the loose cannon rules. Each cannon staked $100,000 to play and keeps all winnings above the initial $100,000. At season's end, the loose cannon who's won the most money earns that North American Poker Tour passport worth $50,000.
Nadia Magnus is the leading loose cannon for that passport at over $63,000 in winnings. Since he's down $35,000, catching her probably not the first thing on Troy's mind. Although maybe the first thing on his mind is the fact that Viffer's straddling his big blind.
That's happened a lot at this table. A lot of straddles, very aggressive play. Action folds around to Chow. He's out. Rick Rahim folds as well. Troy, King-6 suited. Calls. Ace-Queen suited for Viffer, who raises to $2,800.
I don't have a choice. Yeah, he's got 9-7.
Suited.
Yeah, that is true.
Viffer suited, but it's a little better than 7-9. Standard call from Troy, but up against one other opponent. Probably not so bad if he'd raised a suited king in the first place. Just saying.
10-4-8, 2 diamonds on the flop.
Check.
Total airball for Troy.
Goes check, bet by Viffer, and fold by Howard.
He said, "Don't pick on the guy, don't raise him," and then boom, you got limp.
There you would have raised him with that hand.
That was his road right there, you know, 10-8. I said he got 9-7.
I'm going to bet you anybody at the table would have raised you with that hand.
Viffer continues where he left off while the loose cannon leaks more money. Right now, here are the rules of the big game. Each table lasts exactly 150 hands. The action pre-flop is pot limit, then no limit after the flop. Blinds are 2 and 400 with a $100 ante, all of which is paid by the player on the button. Every player begins with at least $100K and can reload for up to $500,000. The loose cannon, Troy Howard on the button this hand, so action begins with the magician who folds. Chow's out. Rick Rahim. Let's say his play, Joe, has been erratic.
Well, if you're just joining us on the big game, Rick Rahim's range only consists of cards with letters and or numbers on them.
Rick limps in. Troy Howard on the button. Also calls. Viffer's in. Barry checks his option.
Troy makes a semi-loose call, but he's in position.
I predict that one of us is going to win this hand.
I'll bet you it's somebody on this side of the table.
Jack, deuce, ace, 2 spades. Check, check, check on over to the cannon.
Viffers flopped the best pair.
Howard fires 1100.
1100.
Playing his position.
Viffer calls. Barry folds.
Raise.
Look out, Rick's making a move, which so far has meant juicing the pot for his opponents.
47.
To 4700.
It's a small raise. Everyone can call.
Troy folds.
I know you're calling. I haven't won a pot with you yet.
Had a straight draw.
Did you?
Viffer folds.
All right. Maybe next time. I'm surprised you didn't beat me on that hand, too.
I might have folded the best hand.
You might have. I doubt it, but...
Raheem did get him to fold the best hand for once. He's our most active player at the table and check raising nearly 20% of the time. It worked there, but the table seems to know what's up. He's winning the small ones and losing the big ones.
All right, who's going to double me up? Oh, you looked?
Probably me. I'm the most likely candidate.
All right.
I'm the worst player here. I'm the worst player here. But you can afford to double them up, so...
And you can't double them up.
Well, hold on. I got pockets. I got pockets now. I've just been trying to see if I could double up myself real quick.
That's good.
Action on Chow, who has ladies.
Queen for Chow Chow.
Raise to 1600. Ace-3 for Rick.
All right. I got some gamble in me.
Amen.
He calls.
I'm not thinking. I'm just trying to do my Maverick thing where I change the cards.
It won't work.
I need a hand. You don't know. You don't know. We got magicians at the table.
It didn't work.
The magician.
That's not the one. No, that probably was perfect. Probably the hand I needed to fold.
Viffer calls with suited connectors. Barry calls with tens. Antonio's out.
Even with a hand as big as queens with 3 opponents, Chow's still a dog to the field.
4 to the flop, which is 9-10 Trey. Greenstein checks his set.
Chow's a much bigger dog now. This could get very ugly for him.
He leads out, betting $4,000.
By checking, Barry allows Chow to continuation bet. Since it's a continuation bet, there's a bigger chance it's a bluff and it's more likely to get called.
Rick calls with bottom pair. Viffer folds.
By checking, Barry gets to build himself a pot without even having to act strong.
He raises to 13,000.
Now, Chow has to be a little worried about the strength of this check raise. Rick's call may have juiced the pot for Barry, but Rick's presence hurts him a bit here since his check raise wouldn't look as strong in a heads-up pot as it does against 2 opponents.
Chow doesn't get away from it. Calls.
There goes the dead money.
Chow's dead to a queen or running straight cards.
The turn card. 8 of diamonds. No immediate help to Chow, but it does give him a straight draw. Barry fires $20,000.
Barry's made a bet, but an 8 is the last card he wants to see since Queen Jack is the most obvious draw out there. Even still, Barry's taking advantage of the fact that his hand is going to be good here most of the time.
Chow does call.
Barry's acting very strong. Chow may have gotten away from this had he not picked up the extra 4 outs to the gut shot.
And, of course, when Barry Greenstein's involved, an ace on the river.
This is a great card for Barry to like his hand, but not a great one for getting value since it's a scare card for Chow.
Barry bets 42,000.
That's a black and bad.
Barry's made a value bet for